I understand the whole loudest one, but the thing that's funny is, do you know these younger women would think that what you said right now is chauvinistic as hell? They would. They would say,
and that's why most of them
are single.
Oh, now we're gonna get down to where the
we need to. We need to.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the PowerUP with Keith Withrow show. And we're back again with Dr. Torre Wiley. And this time we're coming at you with some more content. A little bit different than what we talked about before, but same genre, same kind of situation. But this one, we're on why are the men and women dating outside of the race, and why are they not happy with one another? Why are they hating each other in some occasions? And we want to get into what could be causing this and what can be done maybe to get away from us not being able to get along and be a great unit like we were designed to be. Nothing saying, disclaimer, nothing's wrong with dating outside of your race.
Excellent point.
First of all, let's just say that it's a preference, and hey, we're all the same race. I'm going to call it the human race, but we want to get into some of the things that haunt us as a people as to why we're thinking this way and acting out. Okay, so here we go with our most lovely guest, Miss Torre, Dr. Torre Wiley.
Hey. Pleasure to be back.
All right. So look, this is going to get hot and heavy, man. So strap in. We're going for a ride. Torre, you're the doctor. You're the one who studies this and you know the numbers. I'm sure you've probably looked at some of the indicators as to why and what is happening with our men who are dating outside of our race and some of the problems they're having with the black woman today. So let's get into that.
Let's get into it. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I always enjoy when we get together and talk shop, talk business, talk life, talk relationships.
Absolutely.
This is actually a topic and a situation that is very pressing to me right now. Mm-hmm. I'm having a lot of clients come into my office complaining about dating, being single, or being married and being frustrated with their mates, and race, because it is such a huge topic right now, period, in the country.
Yes.
But I really want to address it and talk about it because I feel like I know the family unit is the center, it's the nucleus. And
Absolutely.
If we get to a place where we stop coming together and creating family, community, the community is going to suffer greatly. So Thank you for having me, and I look forward to the discussion.
Okay. As we've said on some of the previous episodes, the family is the key to a strong family is the key to a strong community. Strong community is the key to having a strong state or area, and all of that just continues on to where you have a strong country. Well, as everyone knows, and you're not well informed if you don't know that it was by design that the African American community was separated. Mm-hmm. And I've said it before, and I really do believe that the man is out of place, and I think that man is that cornerstone.
Absolutely.
That holds everything together,
mm-hmm.
like a cornerstone, or either it's just the keystone or cornerstone, the main support mechanism that holds the structure up, and that would be the family structure. And when the man was removed through all sorts of programs, and it started in the late 60s, early 70s, in which it was better for the woman to be without the man in the home, and it was all by design. It was taught that it was better, even though we know it was not better. So what I think we have now is we have a whole, like 3 generations probably now, of people who most people didn't have a father in the household, and there's been catastrophic repercussions of that.
I agree.
So let's talk about, first of all, what have studies shown as it relates to Afro-Americans and their relationships dating outside of their race.
Well, first of all, when we start talking about numbers, I don't know the exact numbers as to how many black men date outside the race as black women. But what I do know is where we are at this point in time, we are starting to see an uptick or a rise in not getting married. Okay.
Yep.
And if we are getting married, we're getting married to people that are out of our race or in different communities and cultures. We're also looking at people who are choosing to just not be married, meaning they want to stay single. There's also, I don't know how many people are aware, but there's a movement or like a revolution now with a lot of women in the Gen Z generation that are saying, we don't want to deal with men at all. That we're going to be independent, self-sufficient, professional women, and going to just, and not choosing to be homosexual, just choosing to be abstinent and not getting married and not having children. So we're in this place now where I feel like Gen X has afforded the generations behind us to say, you know what, I have so many options. And the option is not necessarily marriage and children. The option is for me to live my best life. So that has been sung a lot. You know, this very self-centered, I want to live the way I want to live, which I don't typically, I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is from the racial perspective of us having disdainment within our own community, disgust within our own community. If you don't want to get married, that's just a personal, decision. But when you start hearing people say, I only date non-black, I have a problem with that. I think that is showing a different level of self-hate. I think it's showing also that the mainstream has marginalized us, has made us now hate ourselves as much as everybody else does. Because you don't hear other races say specifically, I am not going to date a white man. I'm only dating black men. I'm only dating black. You don't hear other races say, I date everybody but my own race.
I haven't heard any other groups where you hear the women saying that they don't need a man.
Yeah, what's
I've
out
never
there?
heard that really from any other group.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think that's just a bailout technique to cope with the situation where, okay, we're here in Atlanta, in case you didn't know.
It's 20. It used to be 25 men
it's
to
like
one woman.
25 to 1, and there's a lot of other variables that come into play as well as to the availability of willing men to want to be in a family or have a heterosexual, family structure. So sometimes you think because of the low availability of men who are willing, because there are a lot of men who are heterosexual males, like you just said, who are just not interested in getting married.
Right.
All right, but do you think that's just a bailout for the women to say, hey, I don't need a man because it's so few men who are willing to do it.
To be honest, most of these women are from the standpoint that, all right, men, don't get mad. Guys, don't get mad.
All right.
But most of these women are saying that men are users.
Oh.
Men carry disease.
Ooh.
Men are non-committal and not reliable. So the response is coming from a place of fatigue, tiredness, and just would rather be alone than to deal with. I've heard so many women say, why should I entertain the possibility of being cheated on or lied to or, God forbid, given an STD or worse, when I can just live my life, travel, have my homes, do the things I want to do, and not have to have that headache. So there is a different conversation brewing.
But the women can do the same thing, all of the above.
What do you mean? That's what women are saying.
No, women can do those
the
same
cheating
things. Women cheat. Women have diseases.
But women aren't thinking about that. These women are thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their future. Of course, they're not thinking about what other women do. They're saying that we've been dealing with this dilemma with men for decades. We've seen our grandmothers. We've seen our mothers. We've seen all these women say, I've been cheated on. He got a side chick. I just found out I got HIV. I just found out I got herpes. You see what I'm saying? So you have these women that are saying, enough of this. I make enough money. And I do believe most of this is based in economics. This is economics, but it's also messaging. It's very much messaging, because if you can get us to believe that we don't need each other, and if you can get us to believe that it's better to have my own finances instead of dual finances, what do you do to us as a people?
It's a dangerous place to be.
Yes.
It means that you're vulnerable as a people.
Thank you. We can be annihilated.
First of all, women need the covering of a man.
Come on.
And let's talk about what covering means. Protection of a man, support of a man, prayers of a man. There's much more P's that I left out, but protection,
peace,
provision. But you need that. Everybody needs that. Like we need certain things from women.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? This conversation is what our generation is going to die with. They don't ascribe to this. The younger generations do not ascribe to what we're talking about. The younger generations feel like marriage is BS. The younger generations believe that the whole biblical standpoint is done. Mm-hmm. Don't believe in marriage. Don't believe in the value systems of spirituality. So when you look at that from that perspective, think about it. Gen Z has had technology, has had all of this advancement and freedoms. And I'm talking about Black Gen Z.
Right.
They've had freedoms that we couldn't even imagine.
That's
right?
Right.
You know, so when you look at these kids now, their sense of liberation, they were born almost, maybe 10 years after they were brought here. We're a global society. We weren't a global society when we were in high school.
No,
we didn't know what was going on in Europe.
We're products of our community.
Thank you. So
you didn't have access.
The ceiling is off, right? The ceiling is off. Right. So they're like, I don't need. And then the fact of the matter is, a lot of Black women make a lot of damn money. So when you have economics, you don't have to submit. There's not a necessity to submit in the same way. Because a lot of them are looking through the lens of submission should be both. It should.
Yes.
But that's not the way it has been preached to us over the years. It was that the woman submits. So women are liberated now. I'm not doing that. And why should I submit to a man and I make more money than him? Why should I submit when I'm paying the majority of the bills in this house and he's trying to get it together? You see what I'm saying? So they have a different experience. I told you the statistic when we were in high school in 1986, 86% of all African-American families had two parents in the household.
Right.
That drastically changed by 2000.
That's very interesting information. I guess me being ex, I can't wrap my hands around, because I find myself, I can't wrap my hands around how some of the other generations, the younger generations, even think about how they handle their households. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm old school, so I'm the type of guy that believes in taking care of all the major bills in the house, and my wife can have a career if she wants, but I'm not depending on her money because she could get sick or something could happen, and then what am I do? Be put out because my wife can't work?
And you do have a lot of women that very much will want a man like that, very much. But you also have a lot of women now that say, don't open the door for me. I don't need you to open the door for me. I can open my own door. We're dealing with that now. We're dealing with non-binary and all of these other titles. So we've got different personalities and perspectives and visions about how life should be lived.
Okay, so when their power goes out, tell them to climb the pole to get the power on.
Some of them will.
And when that intruder kicks your door in the middle of the night, don't call. We go to war.
You got women all in the military, Keith.
Yeah, but most of them aren't doing stuff like special ops and real hardcore.
Well, they don't even do. Well, special ops and real hardcore is not the primary function anymore of battle. You got drones and technology and bombing.
Somebody's got to get in there beforehand.
I
and
agree.
Let everybody know where everything is.
I agree. But the problem is the roles.
So yeah,
I know.
You see, there's a lot that goes on.
Because my daughter's in the Air Force, but she's not in anything like that. She's in cyber, so she's removed. But what I'm getting at is women have broken so many barriers to the fact that they're looking up to a man has changed. And that's what we're in trouble with. We're in trouble with the fact that we have to be conscious in understanding that partnership is key. It's not about submission so much anymore. It's about partnership. And if we can't be equal partners, or if we can't understand how we're going to contribute equally to the relationship, we are doomed.
You're exactly right. I'm in 100% agreement with that.
So my question to you is this.
Okay.
Where you are right now, you and I had a conversation kind of earlier today talking about men and women. What are the frustrations that men have with women? And I can definitely tell you all day long what's going on. But what are men saying, specifically black men?
And I look at a lot of social media as it relates to this subject. And then, I do have a men's group where I'm actually getting real live situations that we talk about. And I'm going to tell you one of the main topics, respect. I don't know whether, and I already know what has happened. See, if you're not taught or shown, or you've seen it, then you don't know what it really is. Nobody's saying that you're supposed to get run over and just don't do anything about it, let somebody just trample you. But a lot of women don't understand borders, and they don't understand guidelines as it relates to a man and respect, and how high. A lot of women do not understand how high we put that on. Like women always talk about love and affection. Men are on respect. Like, yeah, love is all this and that, but if you don't respect, you got to respect me, because you can say you love me all day, and if you don't respect me, then I don't care about your love. So I'm just saying, what exactly is respect for a man? Break that down for me. Well, there's a lot of, it just depends on what situation, but all right, knowing when all men are different. Yeah. So everybody has to learn that mate. Certain people have certain thresholds in this respect genre. Some guys are real passive. So a lot of times they women just do whatever, kind of. It just depends. There's certain things. Okay, here's something simple. You should never walk in front of your dude. If we were walking together, right?
Walking in front of a man means what?
No. If we're together, I'm supposed to be your protector, right?
Okay.
So how, if we're together, why are you walking in front of me?
Where am I supposed to walk?
Beside me.
Okay.
I ain't sitting behind you.
So if I walk in front of you, what does that signal to you? What does that mean?
First of all, that pisses me off. That's me now.
Okay.
Because the way I'm wired, I'm a protector. So, all right, if you're in front of me, if I see something, you in front of me, I can't
get to me.
I can't get to you. I can't warn you because you're up here, right? Secondly, like, what does this really mean? Like, you don't want to walk beside me? Like, you don't want to be with me? You want to be like you're by yourself? Like, what the hell are you doing?
Okay.
Like, why are you walking in front of me?
No, let me ask you
Some
something.
people don't even know any better.
They don't.
Somebody didn't teach them this. And that's what I'm saying. Because the mother and father was not in the house, the mothers, it says in the word, the older women should teach the younger women.
Agreed.
Just like the men should be teaching the boys. And if you didn't have both aspects to teach you this, you don't know any better.
That's true.
So women are just crossing all kinds of lines with potential good mates if they go out on a date with them. And the dude's like, I'm not going to be bothered with that.
So a man sees that as disrespect.
A guy like me, everybody's different. I'm a protector.
No, I want examples because
some dudes will run off and leave you. Leave you. You might be the protector in your situation. But that's not me.
Gotcha.
So I got a problem with that. Like, there's certain things I just don't think you should do. Like, you're out of line. If we're somewhere and it's a bunch of men, you can't come in there like be out talking all the dudes in the room.
What does that mean?
Like, nobody's saying you can't get in the conversation, but you can't be the loudest one in the room.
Because that means what?
Like, you out of line. Like, shut the hell up. Like, what are you doing? Like, nobody's saying we can't all have a conversation, but you can't just bust up in there and be the loudest one in there.
I understand the whole loudest one, but the thing that's funny is, do you know these younger women would think that what you said right now is chauvinistic as hell? They would. They would say.
And that's why most of them
are single.
Oh, now we're going to get down to where the
We need to.
Here we go.
How can
Shout
you
out to my man Kevin.
Let me say. Oh God, see now.
Rest in peace, Kevin.
Oh yeah.
I know you had a problem with women because you seemed like you were scorned and you was a little hard on them, but you said a lot of stuff that was correct. And this is the deal: everybody's saying they want this high-earning man. Everybody wants to do with the bag. He got to have this. He's got to make that. He can't get with me unless he do this and that. Well, are you even equipped? Can you even go somewhere and not embarrass this guy? Can you go to a function with this guy and hold your liquor and not act a fool if you drink too much? Will you embarrass this? Okay, let's go even further. Will you put this guy in a bad predicament because you've given guys in the room some signal that you don't think about that you can be got? Yeah. Like, women don't know that you have to be a certain way with your man in a room with a bunch of other men. Okay? You can never let your king ever be put in a predicament that someone else in that room thinks he has a shot to take you. You put him in a bad scenario because some idiots out there will push it, and that might end up in some bad situations. Okay? A lot of women don't understand this. This is real. Can I take you to a certain event? Or will you shake your ass and act the fool and embarrass?
All right, ladies. I'm going to defend y'all in a minute, but let me get a little bit more information first.
Okay, all right.
So here's the thing. One of the things that I feel has happened because we have such muddying of boundaries now, that something as simple as what you just said will be misconstrued. A younger woman will look at him, oh, that's so sexist. A woman should be able to behave however she chooses to behave. He is a man. He should be able to handle his woman, right? That's what a lot of women would say to what you just said.
Yeah, but if you,
However,
the woman should be able to know how to handle herself.
However, agreed.
Right.
Like, there are boundaries that need to be put in place so that we have order, right?
Thank you.
So that we have order.
Yes.
But unfortunately, what does not get communicated enough is that a woman should behave this way. How is a man supposed to behave?
A man got to behave a certain way as well.
Such as?
Like, you can't just be out all over the place and embarrassing your wife and flirting all around with her standing right there either. I mean, it's got to go both ways. I'm not a chauvinist like that.
I wanted you to correct that, so that's
Yeah,
good. I wanted you to make sure that you made that a point, because what will happen is once a woman hears the first part of your dialogue, she's shutting off. She's not even listening. Oh, he's a chauvinist. But that's just how far away we are, I feel, in our community of order.
And when the man tries to, this is the problem. When a man tries to talk and articulate to his woman, in most cases, they'll buck and shut down, and you won't get anywhere. Like I know some guys that are some great catches, right? I mean, what I would think would be a good catch for a woman, and they all are saying like, "Nah, man, the sisters they might go with them and date them and be in relationships, but a lot of them talk about going and getting women from other cultures that are taught to cater to their husband, because they understand the other cultures have taught their women, just like we used to be, us black people. That was our culture too at one point.
But women see that as submission, Keith.
Well, okay, whatever you want to call it. But listen, these women that understand this will say, okay, it is important that my man is good, because this man is going to protect me. See, now, I'm not putting it all on the women. See, a lot of this is the man's fault.
Because?
That women are like this. Because the men are coming up short.
Thank you.
It's all goes back, again, to that stone, that cornerstone or that keystone that's missing.
Right.
If guys were taking care of the business, raising their families, teaching their families the word, having God in the household, then a lot of stuff wouldn't be going on. Okay? Again, there was too many single moms that's raised boys
and girls.
And girls. But I'm talking. I can say this because I am a man.
Right.
They raised a male and not a man. Okay? I know grown men, older than me, some of them. So this just didn't start.
Right.
You got some guys that are just selfish. I know guys that have divorced their wives because they had a baby, their wives had a child, and didn't want to go back to work and wanted to raise a child, and they fell out with them and got a divorce from them. And I know people who duck and dodge their children, do all quick jobs so they won't have to pay for the child. Like, what kind of person don't even want to take care of their own offspring?
Right.
I mean, that's something wrong with that.
And those are not, I just want to make this plain. Those are not the people we're talking about in this conversation. Okay. We're talking about good, decent men and good, decent women, and why they cannot come together.
But even good, decent men, even if, okay, what did good, decent men come from? Do all good, decent men had to come from a two-parent household?
No, not all of them.
Because there's some trauma you can get from being in a two-parent household. Jack you up if it wasn't a good situation.
Correct.
All right, so there's some good guys. I know some guys that didn't have a father in their life. They've gone over and above and have been great dads because they knew what they didn't have. Like, I know some guys that are great dads, great husbands, who, like, their dads were, like, out there. Like, they didn't either know them or they were just out there. So that doesn't, it just depends on the guy. But I'm telling you, and more times than not, when these guys are raised, most guys that are raised in single parent households with their moms, a lot of them don't really look at manhood the way like I would.
What's the difference?
Like, I've had serious discussions. Man, they got to pay half. I don't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
I think a man should be like it was long ago. You couldn't marry a woman until you had the dowry, or you could show that you could raise the daughter. I mean, marry the man's daughter and provide a certain type house. Like, you got to take care of your mate.
Yeah.
Now, there's two sides to that, because everybody has a lane. Now, because of social media, everybody's seeing all this stuff on Instagram or whatever. Everybody's living these extravagant lifestyles in cyberspace.
That's right. So it seems. Yeah.
Some people are not smart enough to understand that that's not how everybody's living.
Sure.
Right? So there's people who want to get with the high value guys that aren't even equipped to be with a high value guy.
I agree.
Like, I can't even take you, so you don't even know how to use the utensils to cut a steak properly. Right? I'm just saying, like, that can be taught, but okay, let's go further. A lot of women don't even understand if you get with a high value guy, or let's say guy who makes a lot of money, either through a business or a career,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Like, do you realize how strenuous that is on that man? Unless he was a trust fund baby. If he was a self-made guy who pulled himself by his bootstraps and did it, like, do you know how difficult that is? The fight that we have to fight to not only get there, but to remain there. And then the thought of when something happens, I seen Cam Newton talking about that the other day, like on his show,
Mm-hmm.
how he was afraid, like when he came out of the NFL and he was making this amount of money. Now, even though this guy was making this amount of money and now he's making this amount of money, which is this amount of money is still great money,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's not this amount of money to this guy. So now that wears on a guy, because now I'm feeling like I'm in jeopardy. I can't do what I've been doing for my wife, for my kids, for the people who depend on me. See, real men who are providers, that is a big deal for us. Like, if I can't do that, if I can't provide and change somebody's life and do substantial, like, I'm in your life because I'm there, then what am I living for? Like, I have no reason to walk the earth. I'm probably biased because I think a lot. I'm a different guy, so I got to stop like thinking like Keith, because I'm kind of strange. Like if I don't have a reason, well, that's studies have shown. People who don't even having a pet will give you a reason to live longer.
Mm-hmm.
People who are married usually live longer.
Well, we'll get to that stat.
The women live longer than the men.
Married men live longer than single men.
In what community?
Single women
In what community?
live longer than married women.
Which community?
This is across the board. This is a stat across the board.
Well, I know in the Afro-American, the black community, Granny and them is outliving Grandpa and them.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Usually.
What I broke it down to was this, Keith. Single women live longer than married women. Married men live longer than single men, meaning that men benefit from a wife more than a wife benefits from a husband. That's what that means.
In that aspect.
That's what it means. Because, now, here's the thing. The stress that comes from being a good wife means that woman usually, especially in our community, is working, taking care of the house,
Yeah.
taking care of him,
Yeah.
taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
right? The husband's responsibility is to make money and pay bills, but he may not be as connected or raising the kids.
Yeah.
He may not be as effective or
We wearing
engaging.
the women out.
Exactly. That is a
Women are
true
getting worn out.
stat. And that is why a lot of younger women are saying, this ain't worth this.
Right.
I'm a bail out, right? So we're getting back to respect, right?
Yeah, right.
If a man is expecting a woman to show him appreciation and his value and his contribution to the what is a man doing to show that to a woman? Do you think these high value men know what it is in our community to keep the woman happy? And I'm not even talking about gifts, because that transactional stuff, we'll get to that too. I'm talking about from an emotional place. How do men think they are supposed to relate
I got
to a
one
woman?
for that. Okay, we talked about trauma. We talked about how people were raised. And I talked about how women don't know any better. Guess what? In most men's household, like that we were raised in, even if you had a 2-parent household, who saw a lot of affection? Who saw the Huxtables? The daddy said, hey, they play their music and they be kissing each other and dancing by themselves and all that. And all that affection and stuff that we saw on that show. So what I mean by that is, okay, maybe we weren't taught to give y'all what y'all need.
You weren't.
Because guys like me, in most cases, we gonna buy you stuff because that's our love language. I'm gonna get you a new car.
Because it does
I'm
what?
gonna buy you a nice bag.
Because of why?
I'm gonna buy you Rolexes and Gucci and diamonds and tennis bracelets and vacations and trips and fancy cars and whatever you want in the house. Because I think that's my love language.
But do you understand that you do not love a person from your love language? You love them from their love language.
That's what we don't know.
Exactly. So when a man, and this is important because I think
that's why
women,
this show is good.
This is what women need to understand. All right.
Somebody need to have some forums to teach each other what we need to see.
Absolutely.
But
And
not
that's what I
before
want.
we old,
and that's what I want to do.
50-something years old. You need to learn this on the first marriage. Why aren't they teaching this in church?
That's a very good question. Okay. But let me ask you this. A man, you just said gifts. So you want to give gifts.
Gifts.
All right, ladies. Are you giving the gift so society sees that you can give that kind of gift? Or are you giving the gift because you know something she really likes and she wants?
I don't care about society. If I gave you a gift, some of the gifts people don't even see.
Okay, good answer. So
It's
let me
in
ask
our
you
home.
this. Now this is the $10,000 question.
All right.
If your woman's love language is words of affirmation and affection, and it costs nothing, why won't you give it?
Guess
Why
what?
won't a
I'm
man?
guilty. I's the pappy.
No, just answer that question.
I's the pappy.
Why won't you give it?
Because we weren't taught to do it. And I'm gonna tell you something. And sometimes when we've done it, because of previous situations, unresolved hurt
Okay.
on both sides, you did it and it didn't work. Somebody just ran you and took you down through there, as they say now. Took them down through there. Look, so what we do, we'll do that, but you don't want to show too much because you might become vulnerable.
But shouldn't you be with your wife?
See? You're supposed to be until they weaponize themselves with your vulnerability. Yes. Yes, audience. Let's talk about it.
Tell me about that. Give me an example of that.
Never, ever, if your man has come to you with something that's very vulnerable, something that happened to him in his childhood, previous trauma, something that he may struggle with, cry about at night, and then you take it out of anger and you weaponize yourself with that, He may still be there. He may not go anywhere. But he just laid another layer of bricks. Every time that happens, another layer gets laid.
And what would it take, Keith, to bring the layers down? What does it take
Coming
for
to see you.
Okay, so therapy, but also like truly, when a man commits to a woman,
You violated my trust.
no,
Well, that's a
is it
disrespect
trust?
and trust.
It's
and
respect.
we link trust with disrespect and respect.
That's the lesson. That's the message. You need to
Now
say
I
that.
can't trust you. Now I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Sleeping with the enemy because
Can't trust you.
what if I told you the truth? What if we were having a discourse
Right.
and you put the wall up and I was trying to get you to open up and you wouldn't open up, and I said something like, you just like your damn daddy. Your daddy showed you this shit and that's why you do da 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 da. But it's the truth. That's going to make you see me as the enemy?
No. Not
Okay,
for me.
so give me an example of what makes the woman the enemy. What is it that she can say? What level of disrespect is conveyed that makes the man go, you know what, this woman.
Okay. Say you're a guy like me.
This is Heating Up. Click the link below to watch part 2 of this discussion. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.
The Power Up with Keith Withrow show is sponsored by Motor Coach Consulting International. Excellence in ground transportation.